Okay, dog culture reviewers, it's time for your field trip. We're going to go to Denver, Colorado. This is a digital field trip. So, Denver, Colorado, they're importing dogs because they say that there is a high demand for canine companions. The distant cast offs. There's that ambiguous language, the distant cast offs. Oh, so let's see something here. Oh, so we got this 9-year-old black Labrador here. Look at this fancy stuff. Snapping his photo, a freeze frame soon to be posted online. His beseeching eyes might connect in a life changing way. All of these words, all of these fancy words, like very ambiguous, very doublespeak, very deceptive. This is a 9-year-old dog that somebody abandoned, that this organization here, or this Denver Dumb Friends organization here, decided to spend a bunch of money on to bring it to their state. And why would they do that? Because it's highly profitable. It's all about profit. And it's all about taking this dog that was abandoned by someone else and toting it across state lines. You're incentivizing the people that abandon these dogs. You force feed this dog marketing down our throats. The streets fill with dogs that have been abandoned. And that's at fault of the dog culture. And then you make yourself look good running around bringing these dogs across your state lines like, look at us, we saved all these dogs. Yeah, you're the same culture that pushed all those dogs onto the street in the first place. No, you're not a good person. You created the problem and now you're selling the cure and dancing around like, look at us, we're such good loving people. No, you're not. So what else is going on in over there, Denver, Colorado? Well, they did get some homeless veterans down to 31% drop in the Denver metro, they say. Well, let's get this number down to 80 and 90% before you start importing these dogs. Dogs that your city doesn't need. You don't need dogs. Dogs are a big problem in your city. So, help these guys first. These homeless veterans. Um, did you notice that writing that I was showing you guys in this one? How this guy presents this Labrador as some like kind of beautiful, popping through the clouds of heaven. Okay, why don't we talk about veterans like that? Why don't we say like, hey, here's a homeless veteran, Mr. Smith. He was a corporal in the Marine Corps or Army, and you know what? He's really good at dealing with problems. He's good at being positive during inclement weather. He might be a great addition to your company. Could we do an interview with him? And could we buy him and you lunch one time and see maybe you have a part time position available for him? Do they talk about veterans that way? No, they talk about it like, oh, the poor veterans, oh my God. They don't present veterans as having like this really cool and awesome inner value, but they should. And instead, they're sitting there poring over dogs with all this language. Oh my God, a spark of hope flowed through his bones, and all that kind of stuff. Why don't you talk that way about your homeless veterans? Or how about this? How about your homeless kids there, Colorado? Who is homeless in Denver? Let's look at the numbers. Streets and shelters, growing number of migrants. So you got a migrant problem and a homeless veteran problem, but you're going to bring in a whole bunch more dogs? You got your own problems with homeless veterans. Why are you incentivizing other states to give up on their dogs so you can scoop them up at the cost of your taxpayers and then sell them, making you yourself look good? Meanwhile, you got some real problems to deal with. You talk about migrants coming across the border and using resources. The dogs that you bring into your state are using resources that you need to solve these problems. What else is going on in Colorado? Oh, they got a huge dog feces problem, and they're using the DNA test to try to punish dog owners. Okay, some of these are from 4 years ago. Okay, dog fight leads to hostile sign in neighborhood. Yeah, people are getting in fights over dog poop over there in Colorado. You can have a whole business of picking up dog poop. Imagine you have to pay someone to come to your lawn to scoop dog shit up. Yep, going to the dog's local group says dog waste is destroying Denver's green spaces. So your green spaces where your people can go out and get sunlight, get that free vitamin D, they're being destroyed by dogs, but you want to bring more dogs into your state? Wow. Let's look at something else. Oh, look at this. This is the Dumb Friends League from Colorado. They're breeding dogs. Breeding dogs. Look at this. This little video here, it mentions the puppy mill survivors. Now that's great. You're saving these puppy mill puppies. But why do you think people have puppy mills? Because there's a market for the puppies. Because people out there will line up to buy these dogs. They won't line up to go to a public park. They won't line up to take their kids somewhere. They will line up to buy these dogs, and then these puppy mills get raided, and they find out all kind of torture and nasty stuff is being done to these dogs, and then they rehome them and make themselves look good. But the puppy mill wouldn't exist in the first place if you didn't market these dogs so damn heavily. So again, dog culture itself is the number one only source of the suffering that these dogs go through. It's just a problem. And then they create a cure for it and sell us the cure. Here, adopt a whole bunch more dogs. And then another puppy mill pops up. It gets raided. They go on and on about the torture that happened in the puppy mill. And then they remarket the dogs. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So yeah, in Denver, Colorado, they're just breeding these dogs. Why do you need to breed dogs? And when these puppy mills get busted, most of the pictures at the puppy mill, like these little cutesy pictures put up, are like, look at us, we love puppers. But in the background, they're torturing these dogs, forcing them to breed. So yeah, you got a problem over there with breeding extra puppies. So what else is going on in Colorado? Dog poop problem in Colorado. People in Colorado aren't picking up their dog poop. Colorado leads the nation in dog poop complaints, study finds 2021. Colorado delve into the growing poop problem. So more and more you're covering your state with feces, and you're going to sit there and bring in more and more dogs into your communities instead of handling the problems that you have. Is dog poop bad for the environment? Yes, so scoop it up. Why do so many people leave bags of dog poop on the Colorado trails? Wow, people. Why? Why do you need all these dogs? Here's another quick one from Denver, Colorado. The Nuggets, Aaron Gordon, he gets bit by his dog. Celebrities are always having dogs, always putting pictures of themselves up with their dog. This guy goes and gets bitten by his dog. And I'm sure that so many people saw him with his little dog and they were like, oh, hey, yeah, I got to get a dog too. Well, yeah, dogs bite, and they messed this guy up and they sidelined him so he can't play. Great. 30 dogs rescued from puppy mill goes to Denver. So another little note about these puppy mills. A lot of people own dogs and they treat their dogs fine and their life is fine, and they're going to say, well, I don't have anything to do with those puppy mills. I'm not part of this bullshit. But you're the one that's on Facebook posting up all these pictures of your dog, reposting pictures of a dog just doing some random thing, laid on a couch, ate a chip, rode in your car, sat in front of your fireplace. You're posting up these memes about dogs are better than humans. Well, these puppy mill people, they get on Facebook. They get on all these Instagrams and they look at that stuff. They keyword search Facebook and before they start these puppy mills, and they're like, oh, look at that, look at all these people pushing dogs. People that do these puppy mills, they get on the internet and they keyword search and they scroll people's profile to see what people are obsessed with dogs. Is it people with money? Is it poor people? Is the neighborhood getting a bunch of new single moms? Single moms love to have lots of dogs. So these puppy mills, they go on the internet and they look all that stuff up. And when you're posting up these pictures about, I'm a dog person, not a human person, these puppy mill creators, they see that. And so they get a couple dogs and start breeding the living heck out of them until they have a bunch of dogs that are suffering, overbred, underfed, and then they have to kill some of them that don't look right, or they end up being strays just so they can sell the ones that they want to sell. So no matter how good you think your life is with your dog, you incentivize these puppy mills to do this bullshit that they do. So that is how dog culture downstream causes all kinds of suffering for these dogs, because these puppy mills are very nightmarish. It's blood, piss, puke. It's pregnant dogs that get killed. It's miscarriages. It's dogs that get forced to overbreed when they're not supposed to, and then the female breeder dog dies. It's nasty, and it's all incentivized by you pushing out your dog propaganda. So this has been our trip to Denver, Colorado, and we wanted to look at, why are these guys bringing in all these dogs? Is there really a need for dogs? It sounds to me like they need to handle some homeless veterans, homeless people. They got a bunch of migrants coming in. They got dog feces all over the place. They're even spending time and money to do these DNA dog testing things to try and track down dog owners. The trails are covered with dog poop, but the leaders of Colorado want to bring in more dogs. And remember, veterinarians, mostly female, have a high rate of suicide. So now you're going to increase the suicide rates in your state too. I don't like this trip to Colorado, you guys. What do you guys think?